Nitro Kid 98 guys, back with another video today. Today I've got something special. We have the WD-40 Rust Soak. Here in a minute I'm going to show you exactly why I'm using it. I looked up a lot of reviews for what this stuff is and what it does, and I found a lot of good information, a lot of good videos that lead me to believe that this is going to do what I want it to do. And I'm hoping that it does, because if it does, it's going to save me like 450 bucks. Pretty much this is WD-40 Rust Soak. What you do is basically, if you have anything rusty, you pour this right here in a container, dunk the rusty metal in it, and it should just take the rust right off. A lot of YouTube videos and a lot of things that I researched on the internet, a lot of people are really happy with it. But now what they're using it on and what I'm going to be using it on are two different things, and actually can be a really different outcome. What we're going to be using it on today is a set of Crowers Stage 2 Turbo Grind cams. Now you're probably wondering, why in the hell do the cams even have rust on them? These right here came with the cylinder head package. I got the cylinder head, AEM cam gears, and these cam shafts for $350 shipped off of a seller on Facebook. He's kind of a buddy of mine. And these sat in a garage pretty much unprotected, and pretty much open to the elements, I guess. Pretty extreme elements, I would think. And they wasn't really oiled up too good. And they have surface rust on them, as you can see there. And the ones I'm really worried about are on the journals. I'm worried about the ones on the lobes, but really the journals are what get me. And there's not a lot of texture to them, to the surface rust. There's a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit there too. Alright, yes, it can be pretty rough in some places. Alright. But what we're going to do is, this right here is a gallon of WD-40 Rust Soak. I don't think it's going to be enough to actually fill up this whole container and completely submerge the cams. So I'm going to take some aluminum foil and pretty much kind of rig it up in this container to where I can pour the WD-40 Rust Soak in there and actually cover majority of the cam. I still don't know that we're going to cover all the cam. I'm going to try my best to, but I'm going to go ahead and get all the stuff, and we're going to go ahead and set that up real quick. Got that Great Value brand. Our aluminum game is on swole right now. We're going to set the camshafts up here. On the wood, I ain't really worried about the wood. The wood ain't going to hurt them. Alright, so like by no means is that like the most professional job out there, but it's alright. I think it's going to do what we need to do, and probably tighten these corners up a little bit here. We don't want the damn shit leaking out. Let's see. Right, I think that's going to do a fair job. Put that corner over there, and then we're going to dunk this in there. The thing is, we're going to actually be, I'm going to actually be taking this inside, and because it says operates in room, on the back it says actually operates in room temperature better, right there, room temperature. Now see, I couldn't be doing this with the Canon T3i, man. The Canon, like, I love my Canon, but my 600D, man, but like, you gotta autofocus everything. Let's go and take the lid off of it. I'm really excited. I hope this works. My wallet does too, man. Like, my wallet's like, please work. I'm tired of buying race car parts. I'm never tired of buying race car parts. I'm just poor because I buy race car parts. Alright, you know, I kind of want to smell this. Let's see what we smell like. That smells horrible. There's no part of that smells good. Alright. So we're going to dump it in there. You know what? I think I might have been wrong about how much was here. I don't know. This might actually work. I don't believe that aluminum foil is going to work. No, it ain't. We didn't make the aluminum foil thick enough. Alright, let's... Oh, man, that's going to go horrible. Alright, I'm going to cut the camera off. I'm going to fix this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the aluminum foil completely went horrible. While I was trying to fix the wall from falling, I accidentally ripped the aluminum foil, which just put it in the container. But actually, it's okay. What we're going to do is basically just going to caulk this side up all night so the cams are completely submerged. And that should work. I will say, though, it says that this stuff is non-toxic. I think it makes it sound very safe. I got it on my freaking fingers. It says acid-free too, and it burns. Like, it actually burns pretty good. So like all of it, saying all of this good stuff right here, made me feel like it was safer than it probably is. I mean, let's be honest, it's eating rust, so it's not completely safe. I mean, I wouldn't just have a cup of it, like, you know, take a shot or anything, but hopefully it works. It says it needs to be submerged for a complete 24 hours. I don't know if it actually says it on there, but everything I've seen on YouTube pretty much says, and online, it says it needs to be submerged for a complete 24 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this guy sit, and we're going to come back and we're going to work on it in the morning, or look at it in the morning. Hopefully everything goes really well. Especially considering, I mean, that thing was like, that was 20 bucks, and this fucking plastic thing was like 8 bucks. And like, I was really worried that I was going to get it home, the cams weren't going to fit in it. But I mean, you can look, man, there's not much room right here, man. I got it almost dead on the money. So once again, guys, we're going to pop it up like this all night and just let it sit like that so the cams are completely submerged. I don't like the fact that they're touching each other, but it's a little different than them completely rubbing against each other. I'm really hoping, since it's just surface rust, that it's just going to be able to eat that stuff up. So even in the morning, not complete 24 hours, but hopefully just surface rust. Even knock at it. Actually, it's not even touching it. It's been like in there for like a couple minutes, so I mean, it's not gonna do too much. All right, guys, so we're gonna come back and we'll see it in the morning. All right, guys, so we let them sit overnight. We put them in there yesterday around 6:30, and right now it's almost lunchtime. I think it's like 11:40, and I went in there and checked them out, and actually what was on the lobes yesterday that was rust is actually got like a nice black color to it. And what I actually did on one or two of these lobes, which I think it's these guys right here, is actually took this SOS pad and used the abrasive side very lightly. You don't want to go hard on anything like this. You don't want to like bear down. Just lightly scrub to see what would happen, and it seems to be taking the rust right off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up and show you exactly what we got. I'm going to scrub them, but I can see in the water that there's already stuff come off the camshafts. A lot of that also is some of the older oil that still was retained on basically like I guess the grainy part of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up, and we're gonna see exactly how clean these will come with a light gentle scrub from the SOS pad. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, gently go over the camshaft. I mean, we just barely want to rub that lobe. I mean, it's still got some light surface, but it's real smooth. That's what we want. We don't really necessarily need it to be super clean. We want the smoothness of it. And I would recommend wearing gloves when you do this, guys. I mean, I'm not, but I'm probably going to pay for that later. So what I'm honestly going to focus on, the lobes are nice and smooth now. It's got the surface rust off of it. There's still a little bit of surface rust on it, which it's going to come off. The roller rockers are going to just eat that up. And the oil's going to help. As you can see, look how clean that came right there. Let me get right here. As you can see right here, just barely hit it, and it's coming right off. And here's a really nasty lobe right here. These two guys, just take it and just gently rub it. The one thing that we were concerned about was pitting. Being that it was light surface rust, we don't have pitting. No, they're good. Actually, they're really good. So that's good. We ain't got to worry about that. And pitting on a camshaft can be bad for the fact that it can absolutely just destroy your rockers and stuff like that. And it can be a weak point in a camshaft. And yeah, we don't have any pitting. It's just still nasty looking. Like, I don't understand it will come completely clean, but that's fine. Like I say, these will clean up once they get on the roller rockers. What I was really concerned about was the journals, which are absolutely beautiful feeling now. There's no more that rusty, like, no, you could feel the rust on it. You could see it still coming off in my fingers. But all in all, I mean, they came out really well. There's no pitting on the cam lobes, which was a big concern for me. There's still a little rough in some areas where you got some light surface rust. So I wasn't really sure how these would basically pit. Alright. They're not in bad shape. They're not in great shape. Alright. Let's set that one up there. Let's see what we can do with this other one. This shit is, it says it's like, gives you all the indications this stuff's not really harmful or like too bad abrasive, but man, it's hell in the fucking hands. But it ain't no big deal. You can see it turned that lobe completely black. And like I say, guys, when you're doing what I'm doing with this sponge right here, the abrasive side, do not bear down. Right now, I'm being as light as I possibly can. I don't want to score this cam. I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, these lobes were not black like this yesterday, so all that is where it's just eat that rust up. And that's good. That's what you want to see. All right, that one shows, I think we might have some pitting on that one. I was hoping with as hard a surface as it was, we wasn't going to have any of that, but we may have some pitting. If there's pitting, honestly, I'm probably going to trash these cams. I could take them to a machine shop and get them polished up, and I might still do it. But realistically, you're removing surface and you're changing everything about the camshaft when you do that to an extent, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess anything up on these cams. There we go. Just be very gentle on it. Like I say, don't, God forbid, don't bear down. Alright. This ain't that bad. Yeah, they're coming pretty clean. I mean, a lot of this though, through running it in the car, we'll clean it up. And I was wrong yesterday. These are not actually Crowers. I'm sorry. They're BC cams. When I pulled them out of the box, I pretty much looked at them and that was it. I was going based off what I was told. They're BCs. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of work to go through just for this shitty set of BC cams. I'm not a big BC cam fan. I'm a Crower. I like diehard, just straight up Crower. BC's alright, I guess, but more or less, I mean, if I was going to spend the money, I'm going to go ahead and spend the extra $100 and get a Crower cam. Alright, guys. I think they're cleaned up and ready to go in. I mean, they're smooth as can be. They have the black tint to them. Let me dump this boy. I'm just gonna get it washed off a little bit there. Alright. Yeah, they still have like a blackish tint to them, but they're super smooth. Like, it feels like a normal camshaft journal. Like, it doesn't have that, or cam lobe, I'm sorry. It doesn't have anything that would make me think there's something wrong with it. Like, I'm not exactly sure the reason for the discoloration is pretty much where I'm at here. But then again, I don't really know that a camshaft is something you're supposed to dunk in the stuff. I know a lot of different types of metals you can do it. Be very gentle again. Alright, well, honestly, guys, these things are good now. They're nowhere near as rough. Because realistically, the journal is not really the part I was super concerned about just because of the wear, or as many times it rolls over the rocker, just a little bit. You don't want much, just a teeny little bit of surface rust. After going over those rocker arms, it's gonna go away. It's gonna be gone. The thing I'm worried about is the journal surface right here, which is actually where the cam caps hold it into the cylinder head. If there's any scoring or anything like that, it's just going to dig into that aluminum on the cylinder head because it's so soft, and it potentially is going to destroy a cylinder head. Don't get me wrong, the cylinder head, the cylinder head I have is it's by no means the best, and it's by no means in great shape, but I still don't want to destroy it. We're already actually working on a setup that's going to be built after this one. We're going to get this one in the car, get some test passes out, get the fuel system set up. We want to get the whole suspension and everything set up, basically our takeoff, our launch, and everything like that. And honestly, we probably are going to be dropping another block and cylinder head in it. It's what we're going to do is completely rebuild that bottom end. And then redo all the cylinder head. That way we go out with a completely fresh motor, and we're absolutely throwing everything a motor can have at it. We've been talking about it. We don't know that we're going to do that. We really just need to see what this setup's going to do that we're on. The thing that concerns me the most about it is I have no idea how much or how many miles are on it. That is a big factor right now. it could have anywhere between 155,000, which the one I had last time ran, or I had on it, the block bottom end had on it, or it could fucking have over 200,000. And if it does that, I'm pretty sure a few passes and we'll know about it. So anyways, guys, what I'm gonna do is I actually take this stuff, I'm gonna funnel it back in here because they say you can reuse it until it comes absolutely black. And it didn't. I mean, it did all right. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff right here is probably not the best rust remover, but from what I've seen, it was one of the more gentle ones that still does a very effective job. And considering I'm working on engine parts, I didn't want anything that was gonna be like potentially harmful or harsh on the metals, because I don't want anything messing up any of the texture or anything of that stuff right there, because this stuff is gonna be spinning, you know, max right at probably 4,500 RPMs, because camshafts, they spin at half the speed of the crank. So yeah, about 4,500 RPMs, because we normally don't shift to about 9,000. We got the rev box taken out of it, which last time in Busted we was only shifting at 8, but the white one doesn't have a rev stop in it, so it's about 9. But anyways, guys, it's been Nitro Kid 98. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. There's a button either here or here, or man, you can always hit the little Nitro Kid 98 icon, which I think it's that little guy right there, little watermark. You can always hit that guy right there and subscribe. There'll be plenty more videos. I'm gonna go ahead and go get some stuff. We're gonna be heading over to the shop here in a minute, a little bit, dropping these things in the car. I'm gonna clean them up a little bit more. There'll be video of that. We're gonna be timing everything up and pretty much getting her ready to go today, and then hopefully next weekend or the weekend after, getting the transmission, clutch, everything bolted up, dropping her in the car. Anyways, guys, been Nitro Kid 98. Thanks for watching.